what is happening. There are a lot of divorces.
Yeah.
But despite that, there are marriages that are moving strong.
Yeah.
What are the secrets of those marriages that is moving strong, despite divorce everywhere?
What is the secret of a successful marriage? Number one, a marriage is successful or not if or. When a marriage is successful, it's not the absence of problems, of disagreements, and all of these things that people face. When two people come together, there's differences of thoughts,
Sure.
different way that one person was raised from another person.
Yeah.
Speaking from a Christian background and understanding, the first foundation of a marriage should be God. Because God is the one who instituted what marriage. God formed Adam, then said it is not good for a man to be alone. Then from that, Adam's ribs, God formed the woman, then they were joined together. So it's about putting God in the center, because problems come.
Yeah.
Things come. Now the question is, when the storms do come, when the challenges do come in the relationship, is there capacity to recover? I believe Jesus says, mentioned something in Matthew 7 that, the storms came, to both the builders. The storms came, the wind came, all of these things came. But the difference of the foundation.
Sure, the foundation.
You see? So one of the reasons that people are getting divorced, or there's an increase of divorce, I think number one, I believe, is that God has been removed out of marriage. Marriage has become a two-person thing without the creator of marriage. Marriage is meant to be a triangle.
Yeah.
God on top, the men and women at the bottom, all of them looking upwards. So it's putting God first, I believe, in marriage, and also having the willingness to fight for your marriage,
To make the marriage work.
Are you fighting enough for this marriage? Are you both fighting enough for this marriage? Sometimes you have, especially in this part of the world, and it's a sad thing that it mainly happens to African relationship, where it's always the man not present in the home. The man leaves. Probably can't stand the woman any longer. He leaves and probably going to find another partner. But then a relationship won't stand if one person is fighting for it.
You're right.
It needs two people to fight, to come together. So put God at the center and be willing to fight the relationship. Because marriage is under attack. Not only from a spiritual point of view, but it's under attack by society itself. Especially being in England, there are benefits of being single.
You're right.
Yeah, there are benefits of being a single mother. There are benefits of raising kids at home. You can probably have a house. You can probably have support. So all of those things are things that has been created to fight a relationship. Because why would I be with someone knowing that what if I'm alone with this person, if I'm no longer with this person, it will be better for me. The government is going to take it. I'm going to get money from my kids. So you want things, you want all of these things, but really, I think for me, that's what this part of the world, marriages are people are divorcing fast. I remember, if you look back in the days, there were less
divorce. It was even you can't even before you hear someone saying it. It was a shame, but now people are boastful about it. People are proud about it, which is an error when it comes to marriage.
Before people will talk to you, you'll find that the relatives of the spouse will come to your family and plead, because they are looking at the consequence of the family home. They are looking at the consequence of what impact is it going to leave on kids. Because a lot of time I think we walk away from relationships without considering impact. We are being selfish.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't like the way she speaks to me. I don't like the way she talks. I don't like this, I don't like that. But then are you thinking about the kids? Or you are thinking about yourself? So I think before someone considers divorce, they need to think about the impact that divorce has on everything around you. Not only on you, but on everything around you, your kids, your family, even your reputation. Now I'm not saying that if you're being abused, then you stay there. Obviously, you need to involve people to kind of support you.
Sure.
But there's a place for wisdom. But I think here we are speaking about the rate that divorce is going. And most of the time, it's not even about abuse. It's about, I can't stand this person. Or I think being with this person for a lifetime is so hard. I want to try other things. I want to try other people.
You're not cutting you off. You're not cutting you off. What's now? Before, when there's a problem in marriage, both spouses come together to make it work. But now, once there's a problem, at the slightest problem, one person.
I think people are looking for that.
They're just looking for that.
They're just waiting
to walk away.
They've already walked away.
Praying for it.
They have already walked away. But then, if they walk away without a problem, they know that people are going to talk.
Yeah.
But then, if you just make one mistake, they walk away. They go, oh, this person did that to me. I couldn't stand. Then you have a crowd of people saying, it's true, you made a wise choice to leave. Yeah. So people have already walked away in their heart. Yeah. They are just
even before marriage, because people go into marriage with that was there is any problem?
I'm ready to quit.
So that is the people that their marriage keeps on being successful.
Yeah.
Let's say that they have gotten the foundation of marriage.
Yeah.
Because that is one of the reasons why their marriages are going forward. Because even the scripture says that what will the righteous do if the foundation? What will happen to marriage if the foundation is destroyed? The only thing that happens to marriage if the foundation is destroyed is divorce.
Yeah.
But when the foundation of marriage is maintained, there will be a successful marriage.
It's true. I remember many years ago, not many years ago, probably in 2017, I remember actually, one of my pastor friends was getting married. Now, it was beautiful. But out of the beauty of the ceremonies and all the planning, one thing that was beautiful was the setting. We normally read 1 Corinthians chapter 13.
Yeah.
Love is this, love is patient, love is kind, love does not do. But then at the bottom there, there are a couple of scriptures there, it said that when I was a child, I did this, but when I became a man, I put foolishness away. So the man said what? Love is not for the immature.
Exactly.
Love is for grown-ups. I think what we have a lot of people that are immature. Because the nature of love is that love fights.
Yes.
Yeah, love does not only look at the fault of the person. Love does not magnify the fault of the weaknesses.
Yeah.
Love fights. Because love is kind, love is patience, love is not proud, love in all of these things. But like I mentioned, you have people enter marriage that they're not ready.
Yeah.
They are there maybe because to whatever benefit that they can get out of it.
They don't even know why they are there.
They don't even know why they're there. And speaking from this part of the world, I don't know if it's common in other places. What you find is that some people get married in this part of the world maybe because they want settlement. Yeah. Now, some relationships do work and others do not work. So you have all of these things that people do to get married. But now, when there's problems, obviously, people didn't enter the relationship having love.
There was no love yet.
Yeah. Or sometimes you find a woman that has gone through a lot and says, "What? You know what? This guy proposed to me. I think I'm going to be with him. I'll learn to love him." You don't learn to love someone in marriage.
Sure.
You should love the person before you can get married. Yeah, because if you are going into a marriage to learn to love someone, when the person does something wrong, it will prevent you from learning to learn the person.
Yeah.
So when people do decide to come together, love should be there.
Sure, exactly.
And they should understand that what marriage is something that should be elite. Meaning that there are going to be problems, but you should fight for it. Yeah. And the first thing also is that what both people coming together should have a solid relationship with their maker. And another thing that I can say is that what sometimes before we want to get married, we say, I want a wife that can cook. I want a wife that will treat me right. So you want this from the other person. What are you doing? So what things are you doing that the other person may want? You see, a lot of time we want stuff, but we are also not preparing or building ourselves to a place where we'll also be valuable to the other.
Just like you're looking for Mr. Right, but
you're not even right yourself.
Right. Because you have to be the right person for you to meet the right person, or for you to have the right person.
Yeah.
Because whatever you wish to have whatever you wish for your spouse to have as a quality, as a wife, as a husband, you also that is wishing and demanding all those things should have it in it.
Yeah. So positive plus positive makes positive.
Yeah.
So if you're both right, then the relationship will be right. If you're right and wrong, it's going to be difficult. And I believe that's what the Bible says. What? And a Christian should not marry a non-Christian. Not that because the other person is bad. It's because number one, there's already a difference. You see, that difference is important because that difference can determine the length of your relationship. That difference can determine how your relationship is because there are different values already there. So I believe those are some of the things that make relationship work or what makes relationships successful.